You know what this is? This is a Gatorade bottle. Excuse me, I have some rice stuck in my teeth. We're staying healthy out here, man. Rice, mushroom, chicken, bell pepper, tomato. Look, I chef it up. It's not the point. But you see what this is? This is a Gatorade. More specifically, God, the glare is absolutely ruining this. Doesn't matter. It's a glacier cherry Gatorade. And you're like, Alula, I don't care about some glacier cherry Gatorade. I was just like you. I did not like glacier cherry Gatorade. I didn't at first. Before I had even tried it, before I had even looked into it. Similar to how I did not like Jalen Hurts before I had really even given him a chance, which I'm trying to do better with. Listen, this is NFC East edition of NFL frauds. There are a lot of frauds in the division. We'll save the best for last, which is obviously Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Let's start with the Commanders. Sam Howell, Chase Young, Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen. Defense is actually stacked. They also drafted 2 corners with their first 2 picks, first and second round in this year's draft for the Commanders. We do like Riverboat Ron Rivera. He's a very good coach, in my opinion. But, the quarterback is obviously the worst in the division. If not, it's him or Daniel Jones, probably him. The weapons are good. We like McLaurin. We like Dotson. And we like what they got going on in their backfield. But I feel like in the trenches up front, the O-line, they're too weak. And I feel like teams like the Eagles and the Cowboys in that division will just completely dominate them, kind of like what they did last year when Wentz was under center. I have real questions about the Commanders, and I don't think, they're a contender. They're a clear fraud. Moving on, New York Giants. Listen, the Giants are a team that I respect. I love Brian Daboll. I think Daniel Jones is a decent quarterback. Is he worth $160 million over 4 years, averaging $40 million a season if you can't do math? No, he's not worth that. But that's what they gave him, man. What do I know? I mean, the guys in the front offices are the smart NFL people, for all I know. Not like I could do their job better than them, but I digress. Listen, the defense is something to like. I do like Dexter Lawrence, Ojulari, Ashawn Robinson, Xavier McKinney. I really do like Xavier McKinney, one of my favorite players to watch in the NFL recently. But, we like Saquon, and there's a bit of a contract dispute, and the O-line is stacked as well. But the problem with the Giants is Daniel Jones is taking your snaps, and we saw that Philadelphia game. It's hard to forget. I feel like that's what we are more likely to see from Daniel Jones in a big spot as opposed to that wild card game against the Vikings, the most fraudulent team in the NFL, and the worst defense of 2022. I think we're more likely to see that version of Daniel Jones versus the Eagles than versus the Vikings. Moving on, listen, Dallas Cowboys. I gotta admit, I usually hate on the Cowboys, and it's justifiable hate because it's been nearly 30 years. I used to say nearly 20, I used to say nearly 25, and now we're going up on 30 years almost on Cowboys not making an NFC Championship game. It's truly pathetic, but this year could be different. Why do you ask? Stephon Gilmore, they traded for him. They traded for Brandon Cooks. Their O-line's always good. Have you seen their first-round pick, Mozzie Smith? This guy's lifting 550 pounds. That's not normal. That's 50 pounds more than Aaron Donald can lift at his max, I think. That's what I read on Twitter. It might not be true, but, it is what it is. Listen, I really like a lot of things about the Dallas Cowboys. They finally got rid of Zeke. Kellen Moore went to Los Angeles Chargers, so Mike McCarthy's going to be calling the plays, which is what I'm kind of worried about. My main concerns with the Cowboys are Mike McCarthy, the head coach, Dak Prescott, the quarterback. I feel like the whole roster is very good. I mean, CeeDee Lamb, Cooks, Gallup, the O-line's good. Tony Pollard. They drafted Deuce Vaughn for another backfield guy. And the defense, like I said, is stacked. I don't even need to mention Micah Parsons. But can the Cowboys win 2 playoff games and make it to the NFC Championship game? I seriously doubt it. So they're a bit of a fraud. They're definitely a fraud. I mean, let's just be real. Last but not least, Philadelphia Eagles, not a fraud. And like I was saying about my Gatorade, how I was sleeping on Gatorade, Glacier Cherry specifically. I would only drink Cold Blue because I was a loser. I was sleeping on Jalen Hurts. I was completely wrong about him. I could not have been more wrong about anything else in my life than I was about Jalen Hurts. I did not think he was going to be a good NFL quarterback. He proved me wrong. He was, I mean, the poise he showed in the Super Bowl, it's just special. And he has that dog in him, too. I mean, he really, you can just tell he wants to do anything in his power to win, which is very impressive. I mean, in my opinion, I just think Jalen Hurts really cares that much. And obviously, he's very talented with his legs. He was accurate this past season, runner-up MVP behind Mahomes, obviously. O-line still stacked. D-line, yeah, they got Jalen Carter, who fell because of the incident with the car accident and whatnot. But I mean, and they got some more Georgia guys. Just the Eagles are just a well-run organization. Let's just be honest. Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie, they just do a good job. And the O-line, Jason Kelsey came back. It's still relatively the same as last season, which is a very good O-line. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith at receiver. The Eagles aren't frauds. We got to be honest. They're a real contender. They have a harder schedule this year than they did last year, so we're going to see what kind of team Philadelphia really is, regular season wise. Because let's be honest, they skated by the regular season last year. It was so easy for them. Even the playoffs was up until the Super Bowl, but the Eagles aren't frauds. Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders, same order as last season is what I'm going with. If you disagree, leave a comment. If you agree, leave a comment. Like, subscribe, do something, help me out. Have a great rest of your week. Appreciate you guys.